today. I'm so glad to hear that because Miss April and I were talking right before we met and saying what long days we had today. Some days just feel longer than others. Today felt really long for me and Miss April for sure. So if you had a long day, because I saw that a lot of people raised their hands, if you had a long day, I want you to do this with me because this makes me feel better sometimes when I've had a really long day, to do a big sigh. So we're going to take a breath in together and we're going to go, ah. I already feel better. Let's do that again. It feels so good to do that, doesn't it?
My back actually cracked a little.
So I want to. That's so great, Miss April. I love it. I wish I had heard that. So I want to tell you, there are not a lot of us on this call tonight, huh? So does that mean that we're special? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I think the people on this call are very special. So I want to tell you something really special. Really special. And it has a little bit to do with that big that we just did. Want to do it one more time? Let's try it one more time. Feels so good. So everybody here calls me Cantor Shapiro, but April knows what my first name is. April, can you tell everyone what my first name is?
Her name is Queen Elsa.
April just achieved favorite person status.
That would be very cool. But Cantor Shapiro's first name, just like my first name is April, her first name is Kareth.
Yeah. Thanks, Miss April. And so did you all know that we have a lot of different names for God? We have so many different names for God. You know God, you know Adonai, you might know Hashem. There's so many. I could spend our whole time together telling you all the different names for God, which is pretty amazing. There are so many of them. Does anybody here have a nickname? I have a nickname. My mom calls me a very funny nickname. Miss April wants to know what it is. Ethan, can we unmute people so they can tell us what their nicknames are?
My nickname is E.
I love that. E, that's a good one. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are we? Yeah. What do you want to say? Tell them your nickname. Sorry. What's your nickname, Shannon?
I want to know what your nickname is. Do you want to tell?
Is it Princess Anna?
Is your nickname Princess Anna?
Is it Tinkerbell?
Yes.
Yes, that is a good nickname.
That's a good one.
You have a nickname?
I forgot it.
Ava, do you have one?
Avers.
Avers.
And Bud.
That's nice.
Does Mom have a nickname?
You, Mommy?
Yeah. Laura.
Nice.
What's your nickname, Sienna?
I forgot.
Penny. We call her Penny.
Nice.
Tara.
Carrie, what's your nickname?
That is my name.
Penny?
Tell her.
Is it Cinderella?
No. That's not your nickname.
Princess Elena.
That's not your
Princess Elena? Great. Wonderful.
Excellent.
I wonder
Carissa, do you have a nickname?
I have one.
What's your nickname, sweetie? Tell him. Tell us. What is it?
Buggy.
Buggy.
Does Gavin have a nickname?
Gavin, what do you call your sister?
Cookie.
Yeah. What do you call her?
Buggy.
Buggy.
Little Buggy. Love
Sister
it. I love
Buggy.
hearing all your
Sister
nicknames.
Buggy.
I do too. And Sabrina, do you have a nickname?
Sweet girl.
That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Very
Daddy calls me it.
Nice. So like I was saying, God has all these different names, so many different names, like a lot of different nicknames, maybe, is a way we can think about it. And God's real name, like my name is Kareth, and Miss April's name is April, and Ethan is Ethan, and Parisa's Parisa. God's real name is so special that we're not even supposed to say it out loud. Is that crazy? That's really crazy. But I want to tell you something special about God's real name. So when we did that sigh at the beginning, remember when we went, ah, God's real name has a lot of ha in it. Okay? So maybe when we think about being close to God, we can think about just every time we breathe or every time we do that, we can think about feeling close to God. And especially when we sing Hashkivenu, when we get ready for bedtime Shema. And it's time really to kind of let that sigh, let all the that we have in our bodies, just let that go. Let it go, okay? And we can imagine that, because I see that a lot of us are getting hugs from our parents right now. We can imagine that we're getting a big hug from God right now, too. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Ehamidenu shomrei to say to everybody, Lila Tove. And if we were close to one another, I would join your parents and Miss April, and we could all give each other a big hug as we tuck in. We want to send you so much love. Have very sweet dreams.